What's up, everybody? I'm back again after a long time. Not that anyone knows who I am, but I'm here to teach you a song because I'm such a nice person that I want you guys to learn something without that hassle of giving up and knowing what failure is. So my objective today is to teach you how to play this new song from Paramore. It's called Hard Times. I don't want you to have a hard time with this song, Hard Time. So I'm saving you the hard times, if you catch my drift. Anyways, this song is really, I heard it and I was like, dude, this song is groovy, and I really liked it, and it's a pretty simple song, pretty self-explanatory. I heard it a couple times, then I played around with my guitar, and I figured out the guitar parts to it. So I'm going to teach you guys that. Yeah, so let's get right to it. And I already know you guys are going to make comments. It's been 1 minute, it's been 52 seconds, and you haven't even taught us shit. Well, sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm going to make you wait till 1 minute and 2 seconds. Alright, so now that I made you wait, yeah, so like I said, it's a new single from Paramore. It's really, really good. It starts off with the synth, bells, or whatever the hell it is, the keyboards, and then the guitar follows to it. So I'm going to teach you the main, there's obviously chords to the song, but I'm going to teach you the main, I guess the lead riff to it, and then we'll add the chords, and then we'll add the chorus, and it'll, we'll go from there. So yeah, so let's start off by, we're first going to go to the third string from the top. So 1, 2, 3. And by the way, this is tuned in standard tuning. So it's E, A, D, G, B, E. So tune your guitar, and then, yeah, it's normal tuning. We're going to go to the third string from the top, which is the D string. And we're going to go on 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go on 8. So from 8 to 10, you're going to stay there for the main riff. You're not really moving your fingers much. So it is a little bit tricky how it moves. You're skipping different strings, and you'll see what I'm talking about, but practice makes perfect. So keep practicing and don't give up, because I didn't give up on you. Yep. Anyways, if it sounds messed up, it's on this amp. It's my practice amp, so it might sound a little bit crappy, but it's better than nothing. So yeah, basically you go to 8 on the third string, and your first root note's going to be this. Alright? So your second root note's going to be right below that on the fourth string. On the G string, it's going to be 8 as well. And then you're going to go from 8 on that same G string, the fourth string down, you're going to go to 10. Alright, so it should sound like this so far. I messed up, actually. Don't listen to what I just said. It's gonna... It's still a new song, so I'm going to mess up along, and I'm not going to edit this. It's on 8. Then you're going to go down to the second thing I told you, which is 8 on the fourth string. Then you're going to go back up to the third string on 8 still. And then you're going to go to the fourth string back down, but on 10. So it should be... right? But he kind of picks it to where it's... right? So like I said, it's 8 on 3, 8 on 4th string, back to 8 on 3, and then back to the 4th string, you go to 10. So let's try that. Alright? Again, well, I'm going to do it slow so we can learn together. So now that you have that, you should have it. If not, just practice it, you'll get it. So it should sound like this, and like I said, he kind of does like a rough picking to where it doesn't really like ring out the notes, so it's kind of like, right? So then from there, you do the same, obviously not the same thing, but then you go to the fourth string, you stay on 10, and then you go, right? And then you go to the third string again, and you stay on 10. And then you go back to the fourth string, and then you go on 8. And then you go back to the third string, and you go on 8. Right? So it's... right? So it's 10 on the fourth string, 10 on the third string, 8 on the fourth string, 8 on the 3rd string. So it should be. So far you should have this. Right? So then the 3rd time around you do the same thing that you did the 1st time, so it repeats itself. So that's already learned from the 1st part of that little riff. And then you do the same thing, half of the same thing as the 2nd part of that intro and slash verse. And I know this sounds really complicated, but just hear me out. It goes, instead of going back the 2nd half, you're going to go to the 5th string on 8, and then back to the 4th string on 8. So it'll be. So it's on the 4th string, it's 10, 4th string, 3rd string on 10, 5th string on 8, and then 4th string on 8. So it's. If that makes any sense. So I'm going to play it slow, like the whole actual riff. You'll see what I'm talking about if you listen to the song. I know what I just said sounded like rocket science, but I don't know any other way to explain it. But let's play it slow. So let's go from the beginning. So we're going to go slowly. That's basically it. Let's play it in real time. And then obviously you repeat that the whole time. Just practice it. You'll definitely learn it. Can't get any worse if you practice, right? It only gets better. So yeah. So in the beginning of each verse, he plays it, but he adds a strum chord, right? He adds. And then he doesn't play the last chord. So he only plays 3 of those chords while he's playing the main hook. So you play it normally, right? So it's going to be. Then you're going to do the. Then you're going to go to the second part. Back. And then you don't play anything after that. You just play the remaining of that, the lead hook. So the chords you're going to use, you use it on. It's 2 of the 4 chords that is used on the chorus as well. So once you learn these 2, you only have 2 more chords to learn, and then you have the chorus. So yeah. So basically, the chord you're going to use is going to be a bar chord. Let's go ahead and go on 8 with our finger that points. We're going to go on 8 on the 2nd string from the top. So 8 on 8. Go there with your ring finger. The string below that, you're going to go on 10. The string below that with your pinky, you're going to go on 10. Your middle finger, this one right here, it's going to go on 9. The string below that. And then you bar the rest down to where the last string is on 8 as well. So that's your chord. The next chord after that is going to be, just keep it exactly the same. So you're going to keep the same chord structure and just literally slide it to the 3rd fret. So it should be the same chord as I taught you here, but then you started on the 3rd fret. Nothing moves on your hands but sliding up to the 3rd fret. So that's the 2nd chord you're going to use for that little thing. So like I said, it should sound like this, and I'll do it slow. And then that's basically what he's playing on the intro before the verse starts. So yeah, just hear it and you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so now that you learned 2 of those chords, you play them in the same order for the chorus, right? But I'm going to teach you the other 2 chords from there that go on after that, and then I'll teach you how to strum it and stuff like that. So now that you know this chord goes into this chord, you only have 2 more chords to learn for the chorus. So then what you're going to do is you're going to stay on the 2nd string as the root note with this finger here. Then just move it to 6. So then press 6 down. And then you're literally, with this finger, just bar it all the way down on 7. I'm sorry, on 8. You're going to bar them all the way down, so it should be... And you can also do a power chord if you want. Or you can do a power chord and then just bar that down too. So it's going to be on 6, 8, 8, 8. So there you have it. Now the fourth chord, you're literally, what I would do is the second chord that you learn that you slide up, keep the same chord structure, right? So I don't have to teach you over again. So keep that same chord structure that I told you. Jump up one exactly. So one string up and you're keeping everything the same, but you're going to go to the 4th fret from there. So you're going to go from, obviously, the chord structure here. You move it up exactly the same and just slide it over to 4. And then that's your 4th chord of the course. So here's the progression of which the chords go on the course. So it's... So then that's your chorus. Practice that, and I know bar chords are really hard and you probably want to give up by now, but they're easy once you learn them. And I'm sorry if you're learning this on an acoustic guitar, because it's much harder to press down. But strengthen your fingers up and you'll be good in the future. So yeah, the chorus is basically... So let's play it together. We're just going to strum it. So we just learned the chord progression, right? So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Now, the part that you might have the most trouble with is going to be the way he kind of strums it. It's very funky. So what he does is with his left hand, he kind of just bounces with the frets. You're kind of just doing this. You're bouncing with it, and then with this hand, he's doing basically this. It's kind of like, it's not a right way to do it because it's very funky and it's very... So I'll play it slow so you can kind of get the drift that I'm going. But once you listen to it, you'll get the rhythm. So it's... So when you speed that up, it's... And remember, with this chord, with the chords that you're doing on your left hand, just kind of bounce it, and it'll give it that funk vibe. And what I mean by that is, I'll play it for you. So it's... So there you have it. So it's basically... So play that, and you have the chorus. Now for and we'll go to the other part, because obviously it repeats itself in the song, and you can go accordingly. The part after that, it's kind of like where she sings the bridge. There's not really a guitar in there, but random like it adds ambiance and stuff. He's doing like random chords, not random chords obviously, but chords that go in there. What I learned is I could play the synth part on the guitar, and if you want to do that, I think it's a lot more fun to do anyway. It's pretty simple. So it's basically doing this over and over, and I'll show you how it sounds. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to go on 8 and go from the 3rd string down. So you're going on the 3rd string and the 4th string, right? And just bar it down. Just bar those 2 strings down, so it should sound like this. With your pinky or your ring finger, whichever one you want to use, start it on 10. So you're starting on 10, and then you're going to flick it off. So you're doing... and then you're going to pick the third string above on 8. So it's going to be... And you can obviously do whatever you want in terms of, like, if you want to palm mute it, like... Just listen to the song, it'll make a lot of sense then. So yeah, that's basically what I play on there. You can do whatever you want in that space, but I feel like the guitar should follow that, and it may follow it, who knows. It may be a guitar and not a synth. Then after that, it's obviously like the outro and like the little dance part. Instead of doing like... You're doing the same exact thing, but then you're not doing like the funkish part of it, right? You're doing... That's all you're doing, and then there's a synth doing its thing, and there's people dancing, and there's people having a great time, and that's basically the whole song. And I know it probably doesn't make any sense to most of you, but I hope it does. I try to explain it as best as I could, and I might not be very good at that, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, that's pretty much the whole song, and enjoy the song and get ready for the album. It's going to be a good one, and I hope you guys learned something from this video. Go ahead and follow me on whatever is posted down below. I don't post videos quite often, but I may, depending on the response, and if people like the way I teach, then just go ahead and throw in a request and I'll teach you guys. I have no issue with that. Alright guys, hope no one has hard times, because they're pretty hard.